So Primary Arms has long been known for their innovation and coming to the market with optics and accessories at a very good price point for the average person. Following up on that tradition, they recently came out with the Gen 2 1X Cyclops optic utilizing the ACSS reticle. So is this the best optic at this price point in a 1X? Hey everybody, Grest here. So today we're going to take a quick look at the new Primary Arms Generation 2 Micro Prism 1X optic. This thing, I've been anticipating picking up one of these ever since I saw them first announced, and as soon as I was able to, I placed my money down on the pre-order back in June, and I did receive this thing a little while ago. Been kind of busy, haven't had an opportunity to really sit down and take a good look at it. You guys probably have seen, if you're over on Instagram, maybe a couple of pictures I showed of it. We are going to take a quick look at this thing, kind of go over what this is and why maybe it would be good for you. All right, so just a quick look at what comes in the box. So you do get a couple of manuals here, one for the optic itself, and then you also get one for the ACSS reticle that the optic comes with, showing you your different types of holdovers depending on what caliber you're using, as well as barrel length and so on. It does come with some Vibra-Tight for locking down your screws, some different screws of different lengths. It does come with a Torx bit here, a Torx handle for tightening down the screws, and then you have a few different types of risers that it comes with, and these are kind of a cantilever style riser of different heights and also different type of distances going rearward on the optic. Okay, so you can see this one here actually puts the optic quite a bit further back. If you look at, of course, the optic itself, it comes pre-installed with the mount, and then it looks like just this straight up riser, and these optics will take the micro ACOG style mounts. So if you already have that style mount, or maybe you don't like this one, but you can of course buy something different. But it is nice that they come with everything you need already out of the box, including a good mount. This mount looks to be of high quality and should provide pretty good service. But you know, if you want to be fancy, you can always buy an optic mount from American Defense or Geisley or something like that. All right, so on to the optic itself. So if we take a look at the optic, it does come with a very nice rubberized lens cap here, and then the optic itself does have a focusing adjustment on the rear, so everybody's eyes are a little bit different. So it is very stiff to rotate this guy, so which is a good thing. So you adjust it and then you don't have to worry about it going off with some use. You have, of course, your illumination settings right here, and I do like how you can actually, if you look at the rear here, you do have a little arrow that tells you where you're at, and of course I am at 0 right now, but you have 2 night vision settings, and then you have a total of 13 regular settings, and it is very bright on the brightest setting. So I would for sure say daylight bright on this guy. So another nice thing about this illumination knob right here, it appears that you can kind of put it in between your different illumination modes. So there I can see it, I have on setting 12, and then if I want to turn it off, I can just put it between 11 and 12, and if I'm ready to turn it back on, I just turn on like that. It does take your standard CR2032 battery. And then if we look at the windage and elevation adjustments on here, they are 1 MOA adjustments, and they're kind of recessed down. So they're not capped or anything, but they are recessed. You actually can use a coin or something of that nature to make your adjustments. I would say the one con on this Optic, if I had to give it one so far, would be the fact that it is 1 MOA adjustments per click. That is kind of a coarse adjustment. My understanding is that Primary Arms is going to update this Optic later on. So if that's something that's important to you, maybe you want to wait for the updated version that has a finer adjustment for the windage elevation. But I'll be honest, for most part, folks that are using an Optic like this as a 1X are not worried about being super accurate at distance. However, it does have the ACSS reticle, which by itself is meant for shooting further distances. So let's just talk about prism optics in general. So why a prism optic? Well, first off, prism optics are very strong, very durable when compared to regular red dot optics. The other thing for somebody like myself, somebody that has an astigmatism, I tend to see better through something like this, clearer, and then also the dot or reticle is going to be clearer to my eyes as opposed to a normal red dot. A normal red dot, I kind of get like a bit of a starburst pattern on the dot itself, so they don't play super well with my eyes, and again, other people that also have an astigmatism. Now that we've gotten those couple things out of the way, what do I like about this Optic? So far, honestly, it is a sexy looking Optic. I will say that Primary Arms hit it out of the park. They hit a home run with this thing as far as the aesthetics. I mean, it's not a huge Optic. I really wish I had the Gen 1 version of the Cyclops Prism Optic to compare to this, and I do know Sick Nick over at his channel, he did mention that he has one that he would loan me for a comparison, so I may take him up on that at some point, but for right now this is the only one I have. All right, so just a few more features of this Optic. It is lifetime warranted. Very important to me when I put my money down to know that the company feels good enough about their product to stand by it for the lifetime. It has 120 MOA of adjustment in both windage and elevation. Weighs about 7 ounces, so it's pretty light. Length is 2.48 inches. Field of view is 76.5 feet at 100 yards. It has an eye relief of 3.6 inches. However, there's a usable range noted here between 2 and 7 inches. So folks that are used to using like an ACOG where you have that very short eye relief, this does have a very good, and I have tested out, you know, different distances and the eye relief, and I don't know if you can really see it on camera super well. Yeah, so it's actually pretty forgiving. Okay, so that's maybe a few inches from the camera, closer, and then going down here, I mean, I'm a solid 6-7 inches away at that point, and you can still see it really well. I kind of wonder how this Optic would work with a magnifier, so I'm kind of curious about that. Let's talk about the ACSS reticle. So that is also one of the selling points of Primary Arms Prism Optic, the ACS reticle. And just in case you guys don't know what this is, it does come with a book here that kind of goes into the ACSS reticle and what it is. So you got a circle, you have a chevron tip, and then you have ranging marks. And I'll be honest with you, it is really small with this 1X Optic. However, when you put your eye up to it, you can see the different hash marks and the holdover points. My plan is probably to put it on a 16-inch barreled 5.56 rifle. So in that example here, I would zero it at 100 yards, and then I have holdover points. The top of the chevron obviously is 100 yards, and then the middle of the chevron is 300, and at the very bottom of the chevron is 400. And then you also have ranging marks, and these are supposed to be the width of a person at different distances, the ranging marks. So this is the 18-inch average center mass of a human being, and you can see if they fit that at a 200-yard mark, they will be on the top hash mark, 300, 400, and so on. All right, so that about wraps it up on this quick look at the new Primary Arms Cyclops Gen 2 1 power scope. You know, I'll be honest, it is an impressive optic for the money. These run $250 or so. And I think for what you get, this is a heck of a bargain for somebody that's wanting a bomb-proof prism optic in a 1X with a lifetime warranty. The deal with the prism optic is the durability, as well as for folks that have crappy eyesight like myself. This thing is super impressive. Listen in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Does the 1 MOA per click bother you, or are you okay with that with an optic that's a one power like this one? Also, what would you put this optic on if you were to pick one up? All right. Anyways, that about wraps it up. So I appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.